Hello students, we are back with a new chapter of standard 10 mathematics, that is chapter number 7, coordinate geometry. Again, this is the very easiest chapter, right? 15th chapter, इसका पहले का जो chapter हमने पढ़ा था, sorry, it was 14th one, right? Statistic, that was also very easy, and this chapter is also very easy and so much important for the students who are facing difficulty in mathematics to pass their board exam, right? This is the again most important chapter for that students. Okay, so pay attention, and very easy chapter, and you can score mark easily in your board exam without any problem. Okay, so the name coordinate geometry ये आपने कहीं पे सुना है? Yes, in standard 9th third chapter was there, right? In our NCERT textbook of standard 9th, the third chapter we had studied coordinate geometry. So first of all, let us see here the introduction, okay, that we had already studied in 9th standard. So I had written here some points from 9th standard. That horizontal line is called x-axis, right? In that 9th standard we are making graphs. The horizontal line, slipping line is called x-axis, and standing line, it means the line perpendicular or a vertical line, is called the y-axis. Okay, the distance of a point from y-axis is called x coordinate. कोई भी point का y-axis से distance जो है, that distance we will call it as x coordinate, and the distance of a point from x-axis is called y coordinate. These all things we had already studied in our 9th standard. Now, how to locate a point? In 9th standard we had studied how to locate a point. The point is comprised of x-axis and y-axis, right? If two values come together, right, inside a round bracket, then we can locate a point. In that, first value belongs to x-axis and second value belongs to y-axis. This we had already studied in our 9th standard. But still we will revise it. Suppose I want to locate a point 1, 2. Then here I had already located the point, right? How to locate 1, 2? The 1 belongs to x-axis and this 2 belongs to y-axis. So x-axis में से ये 1 and y-axis में से 2. Wherever this will intersect, there we will name the point A, 1, 2. Okay, now how to locate point -2, 1? -2, x-axis, negative side, left hand side, right? This is x-axis and your y-axis, and we know that wherever these two axes will intersect, this point is called origin, right? What are the coordinates of origin? 0, 0. I have written here. Coordinates of origin are 0, 0. Okay. So 0 से right side positive value, 0 से left side negative value, 0 से up side positive, 0 से down side negative. Okay. How to locate -2, 1? -2 x-axis and 1 belongs to y-axis. So if you do a graph, right, like this, then here the point will come. Okay, again in 9th standard we had studied that it is not supposed to draw this line. You are not supposed to draw this line. You have to just mark the point in 9th standard, right? Right now here we are not supposed to plot any point. Graph paper में कुछ भी जो हमें plot नहीं करना है, right? We have to do the sums based on these points. Okay, now in the same way, how to locate this point? See, the coordinates are 3, -1. Then 3 belongs to x-axis and -1 belongs to y-axis. Okay, and fourth point D, 4, 0. 4, 0, it means this 4 belongs to x-axis and 0 belongs to y-axis. Now in y-axis there is nothing, so 0. Then where we will locate this point? Upon x-axis. Understood? We will locate this point upon x-axis. So this was the basics about 9th standard that you had already studied, right? Now here the chapter is of how to find the distance between certain points. ये जो different points यहाँ पे आपको दिखते हैं, right? How to find a distance. So here we had given the distance formula. Distance formula, it means again distance formula किसके लिए काम आता है? To find the distance between two coordinate points that you had already marked in your graph. ग्राफ में आपने जो ये पॉइंट्स मार्क किए हैं, राइट, उन दोनों के बीच में डिस्टेंस क्या है? Now what is the distance between this A and B? You cannot tell, right? We cannot tell it directly. Either we have to measure it by scale. First of all, we have to draw the graph and then we have to measure it by scale. And the second method is put down the values into the formula. That we will see it afterwards. But just I am trying to tell you that how to find the distance between the 2 points. Okay. Now, suppose you want to find distance between this B and C. See, these points are in cross. ये जो points हैं ये cross में है, straight line में नहीं है. If the points are in the straight line, then you can easily tell. Suppose one point is here, right? What will be the coordinates of this point? In x-axis it is 2 and y-axis it is 1. So the coordinates will be 2, 1. Now what is this? What is the distance between this point B and suppose this is E? Then what is the distance between BE? Now this is a horizontal line, right? If you extend it, this is a horizontal line. Then you can easily say 2 centimeter here. It means 2 unit. Here belongs to this is. If you had drawn 1 centimeter, then you can say centimeter. If you had drawn in the meter, then you can say meter. Here simply we are saying unit. It means you can apply any unit to it. So 2 units here and 2 units here. Okay? 2 units here and 2 units here. 2 plus 2, 4 units. So distance between these 2 points is 4 units. This we can tell easily when horizontal line is there then. But if the points are in cross like this, B, C, B, A, B, D, okay, then we cannot tell the distance between the 2 points directly. For this type of questions, right? For this type of questions, it means how to find the distance between the 2 points which are not horizontal. ऐसा क्रॉस में 2 points दी है और उसका distance हमें find करना है. Then we have to use distance formula. Okay. Now what is this distance formula? And we will also do the sums based on distance formula of exercise 7.1. In question number 1, there are 3 sums, right? The third sum we will do it afterwards. Afterwards means after doing 2 sums, we will do the third sum. Here, due to the lack of space, I have not written question. Okay. Now, fast to see our distance formula. What is our distance formula? Distance formula AB is equals to under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. For simplicity it means when we are doing the sum, for simplicity we are using this formula, this second one. What does this formula means? Both formulas are same only, right? Here under root is cancelled, and if we are cancelling this under root, we have to do the square on left hand side, right? Or the second method is squaring on both sides. If you square on both sides, then here under root will cancel, and as here square will come. So next formula, it means the formula based on this original formula is AB square is equals to x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Now what are these x2, x1, y2, y1? That are the coordinates, right? हमें 2 पॉइंट के बीच में डिस्टेंस फाइंड करना है. Understood? तो जो पहली वैल्यू है, suppose it as x1 और ये जो वैल्यू है y1. Now this is our second point. Then this value is considered to be as x2 and this value is considered to be as y2. Understood? दो पॉइंट के बीच में डिस्टेंस फाइंड करना है, तो यहाँ पे भी एक्स वाई होगा, यहाँ पे भी एक्स वाई होगा, तो दोनों को तो हम एक्स वाई बोल नहीं सकते, इसीलिए यहाँ पे हमने x1 y1 कर दिया और यहाँ पे x2 y2 कर दिया. ओके, नाउ वन मोर थिंग, this is the formula given. In this formula, if the terms are interchanged, it means by mistake if you write x1 minus x2 and y1 minus y2, then also there will be not any difference in your answer. Answer में कोई difference नहीं है. Why? Because here the squares are given. Suppose if you do 2 minus 1 square, 2 minus 1 square, so 2 minus 1 it means 1 and the square of 1 is 1, right? And if you do 1 minus 2 square, 1 minus 2 means minus 1, minus 1 ka square, again it will be 1. So you can see here the answers are same. Understood? Answers are same. So by mistake, if you write x1 minus x2 or y1 minus y2, there will be no change in your answer. So don't worry about that. Now one notice there which is important for 1 mark. The distance of a point, suppose the point is pxy from the origin O 0, 0 is given by the formula OP. OP means ये जो दोनों points के जो आगे के initials होते हैं, right? Okay. OP is equals to under root x square plus y square, or second formula OP square is equals to x square plus y square. Now how this formula came? Here the first point is x and second point is 0. Okay. So we have to do here x minus 0. x minus 0 का आंसर क्या आएगा? x आएगा. So x square, तो यहाँ पे आ गया x square plus y minus 0. Second point is y. You have to subtract this minus this. First में से first value को subtract करना है, second में से second को करना है. Understood? So first में से first, x minus 0. X minus 0 it will be x only, and x square will be x square. In the same way, first second value minus second value, y minus 0, y minus 0 whole square, it means y square. If you put this value into this formula, then it will be OP. Remember, if you are removing the square root, then square will come. If you are putting square root जो है वो आप यहाँ पे लिखते हो, तो यहाँ पे square नहीं आएगा. Understood? So OP is equals to x minus 0 under root में पहले तो x minus 0 whole square, so under root में x square plus y minus 0, so under root में y square. Okay, so introduction, distance formula. Based on this distance formula, we are going to do the three sums of exercise 7.1. question number 1. The question of third one is not written here, right, due to the space problem. After doing the two sums, we will do the third sum. So write whatever is written on the board. अपनी आप फेसबुक में लिख डालो. Pause the video and write there. And afterwards we are going to do this exercise 7.1. Okay, written down. So let us start with our exercise 7.1, question number 1. Again I am telling it is very easy. I think 3 or 4 formulas are there in this chapter. Over, that's it. If you remember all the 3 and 4 formulas, then this chapter is completed. खत्म हो जाएगा. 3 से 4 फॉर्मूला दी गई है, right? That if you will study and you will know that how to use all the formulas. सारे फॉर्मूला का यूज कहाँ पे करना है वो आपको पता चल जाएगा. Then this chapter will be very easy. Let us start with our first question. What are the points 2, 3 and 4, 1? दो पॉइंट्स ही हमेशा दिए गए होंगे. Okay. Now 2, 3, 4, 1. So we will write here x1, y1. x1, y1, that is our first 2, 3, and x2, y2, that is our 4, 1. it means x1 is 2, y1 is 3, x2 is 4, y2 is 1. Understood? Okay, now let us put down the values into the formula. So therefore, distance formula, distance between these 2 points. Suppose this is a point A and this is a point B. So here we will write AB square. AB square formula. Okay, यहाँ पे x2 minus x1 लिखा है, right? But here I am writing x1 minus x2. मैंने पहले ही बोला था, there will be not any difference in the answer. x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. x1 minus x2, first value is 2, second value is 4, 2 minus 4 whole square plus y minus y2, 3 minus 2 whole square. Sorry, 3 minus 1 whole square. 2 minus 4, it will be minus 2 whole square. 3 minus 1, it will be 2 square. Minus 2 square, it will be 4. Okay? And 2 square, it will be 4. 4 plus 4, it will be 8. That is the answer of AB square. वो जो आंसर हमें मिला वो AB square का आंसर मिला. But originally we need to find this AB. हमें तो सिर्फ ये AB ही find करना है. AB square तो हमने simplicity के लिए. Simplicity it means ये हर एक स्टेप में हमें रूट नहीं लिखना है, इसीलिए हमने इसका स्क्वायर कर दिया. If you are doing this formula, then each and every steps you have to do a square root, right? इसलिए हमने ये AB square वाली formula use. So therefore, at last square root निकाल दो. Okay? So AB square is 8. Then what will be the value of AB? If we are removing square from here, then it will come square root here. यहाँ से आप स्क्वायर निकालते हो तो यहाँ पे रूट आ जाएगा. ऑपोजिट, यहाँ पे आप रूट निकालते हो तो यहाँ पे स्क्वायर आ जाएगा. In the same way, if you are removing square, then right side it will come square root. So here right side value is 8. तो यहाँ पे क्या आ जाएगा? Root 8. Okay. Now what is 8 का root? It means how to write this root 8. This also we had studied in 9th standard first chapter, right? So numbers वाला chapter था वो. Okay, so how to write root 8? Root 8 it means root 8 is divided into two parts, that is 4 into 2. Now the square root of 4 is possible. Square root of 4 is possible 2, and the square root of 2 is not possible. So root 2, and our final answer is 2 root 2 units. Understood? The distance between the 2 points, these 2 points, is 2 root 2 units. Understood? ये दोनों पॉइंट के बीच में डिस्टेंस क्या होगा? 2 root 2 units. Now these points you are not supposed to mark in your graph. ये जो दो पॉइंट्स हैं वो ग्राफ में मार्क करने की जरूरत नहीं. Simply by using our formula we can get our answer. Understood? Okay, now again write this answer solution of this first question in your book, and then we will start our second question. Okay, written. Now second question. Minus 5,7 and minus 1,3. Okay, minus 5,7 and minus 1,3. Suppose the points are now P, Q. Let us name the points P and Q. तो यहाँ पे क्या आ जाएगा? P Q square. Simple. If you are naming it as X and Y, मान लो कि आप इसका नाम X और Y दे रहे हो, तो यहाँ पे क्या आ जाएगा? XY square. PQ दे रहे हो तो PQ square. AB then AB square. Okay, let us put down the values. Okay, X1 की value क्या आएगी? X1 will be minus 5. X2 will be minus 1. Y1 will be 7. Y2 will be 3. Okay, so let us now put down the values. x1 means minus 5, so I am writing here inside bracket minus 5. This is the minus sign of formula. ये जो minus की sign है वो formula की sign, right? x2 means minus 1. x2 खुद ही minus 1 है. x2 is itself minus 1. So instead of x2 I am writing minus 1 inside bracket. This is the most important one, right? ये minus आपने यहाँ पे कर दिया तो खत्म, आंसर नहीं आएगा. This bracket is over, whole square plus y1 minus y2 square. Now these two values are positive, so no need to do this square bracket. y1 minus y2, y1 is 7 minus y2 is 3, so 7 minus 3 whole square. Okay, we are going to solve this. If we write minus 5 without bracket, then it will be minus 5 only. Minus plus. Now it will become 1 whole square plus 7 minus 3. 7 minus 3 it means 4 square. Understood? Okay. Now minus 5 plus 1. Minus 5 plus 1. Minus plus subtraction. Subtraction it means minus की sign नहीं आएगी. आपको value subtract करनी है. 5 minus 1. 5 minus 1 करोगे तो क्या आएगा? 4. Then bigger digit sign. Bigger digit is 5 and its sign is minus. So minus 4 square plus 4 square. 4 square की वैल्यू आपको लिखना हो तो वैल्यू लिख डालो, वरना 4 square लिख डालो तो भी चलेगा. Okay, so here I am writing 4 square again second time. Minus 4 square. Minus 4 square it means it will be positive, right? Because here the power is even number, so minus 4 square is 16 and 4 square is also 16. If you add, it will be 32. 32 is the answer of PQ square. But we need to find the distance between these 2 points. It means we need to find PQ. हमें PQ find करना है, PQ square नहीं करना है. It means we have to take square root. So यहाँ पे आप square निकाल दो, power 2 निकाल दो, तो यहाँ पे square root की sign आ जाएगी. Okay? So right side it will be root 32. Again, it is not appropriate to write root 32. Root 32 आप नहीं लिख सकते. Why? Because the square root of 32, इसका जो fraction, इसके जो parts होते हैं, that is possible. This is not a prime number. Okay, so you cannot write in this way. So how to write? Root 32 is written as, first of all, 32 is written as 62, where the square root of first number is possible. How to make parts of 32 से? 32 को तो आप वैसे भी लिख सकते हो, 8 4 सा. तो वहां पे क्या होगा? 4 का स्क्वायर रूट पॉसिबल है और फिर से 8 का भी आपको दूसरी बार पार्ट्स करने पड़ेंगे, हमें पहले सम में जो किया, राइट? इसलिए यू हैव टू मेक द पार्ट्स इन सच अ वे दैट ये नंबर का स्क्वायर रूट निकल जाए और जो दूसरा नंबर है उसका स्क्वायर रूट नहीं निकलेगा. ओके, so now the square root of 16 is there, that is 4, and the square root of 2 is not possible, so we will write 4 root 2, and at last we will write PQ is equals to 4 root 2 units. So this is our answer. Understood? समझ में आ रहा है ना कि ये डिस्टेंस फॉर्मूला का मीनिंग क्या है? समझ में आ गया? ओके, write down this sum in your book and then we will do our third sum. Pause the video and write it. Okay, so now we will start with our third question. It was the solution of second question, right? ये जो था वो second solution का question था ना. Now we are going to do the third one. थर्ड वन का क्वेश्चन यहाँ पे नहीं लिखा है, but I know the question. What is the question? And it is a most important one, right? Most important sum. The third one जो है वो क्या है? Most important. Okay. Now what are the coordinates given? Here in the third question the coordinates are not numbers but it is alphabet. थर्ड क्वेश्चन में जो कोऑर्डिनेट्स दिए हैं वो नंबर नहीं है बल्कि अल्फाबेट है. ओके, The question is, you have to find distance between the 2 points. The points are A, B and minus A, minus B. These are the points. So, from this question we can understand that x1 will be A, y1 will be B. x2 will be minus A, y2 will be minus B. Okay? Now suppose these points are x and y. मान लो कि ये दोनों पॉइंट्स का जो इनिशियल जो लेटर होता है वो हमें क्या डिनोट कर रहे हैं x एंड y. सो यहाँ पे मैं क्या लिखूंगा x y होल स्क्वायर. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इट इज कंपल्सरी टू राइट फॉर्मूला इन ईच एंड एवरी सम. हर एक सम में हमें फॉर्मूला लिखनी है ताकि we can remember the formula, so that we can remember the formula. So it is necessary to write the formula in all the sums. Okay, so formula again x minus x2. You can also write x2 minus x1 plus y1 minus y2 whole square. x1 will be a. Again there is a minus sign, so we will do a square bracket. x1 is a. माइनस साइन इज ऑफ फॉर्मूला, राइट. ये जो माइनस की साइन है वो फॉर्मूला की है. x2 इटसेल्फ माइनस a. x2 जो है वो खुद माइनस a है, तो यहाँ पे मैं क्या लिख दूंगा माइनस a होल स्क्वायर प्लस y1 माइनस y2 b. y1 means b. Again we need to do a square bracket minus की साइन अगेन फॉर्मूला y2 itself minus b, so minus b whole square. A minus a, so minus plus a whole square. Again same minus plus b whole square. A plus a 2a whole square. A plus a का आंसर क्या आएगा 2a आएगा. यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं है तो 1, यहाँ पे भी आगे कुछ नहीं है तो 1. 1a plus 1a means 2a plus b plus b 2b whole square. Solve this. 2a whole square it means 4a square plus 4b square. Now we know only how to factorize. इसका factorize कैसे करना? It means common निकलता है कुछ. Yes, दोनों में से क्या common निकलेगा 4. So 4 will be common and inside bracket a square b square is the answer of xy square. Is the answer of xy square. But we need to find the answer of xy. xy it means यहाँ से आप स्क्वायर निकाल दो तो यहाँ पे क्या आ जाएगा स्क्वायर रूट. So स्क्वायर रूट में 4 राउंड ब्रैकेट a square plus b square. But here we know only that square root of 4 is possible. 4 का स्क्वायर रूट पॉसिबल है. a स्क्वायर प्लस b स्क्वायर का जो स्क्वायर रूट है वो नहीं पॉसिबल. अब आप बोलोगे सर a स्क्वायर का तो स्क्वायर रूट a निकलता है. बट डियर स्टूडेंट हियर दे बोथ आर एडेड. a स्क्वायर अकेला नहीं है, b स्क्वायर भी अकेला नहीं है, दोनों का एडिशन है. यहाँ पे होल स्क्वायर होता तो बात कुछ अलग होती. बट दे आर इंडिविजुअल स्क्वायर एंड दे आर एडेड इनसाइड ए ब्रैकेट. Right? So the square root of this bracket is not possible, but the square root of 4 is possible. 4 का स्क्वायर रूट क्या निकलेगा 2. और यहाँ का जो स्क्वायर रूट है वो पॉसिबल नहीं है. It means square root a square plus b square. If you want to do the bracket, you can do. And this is our final answer of x y units. Understood? So here we had done. अभी तक हमने क्या पढ़ा? ये चैप्टर का इंट्रोडक्शन हमने देखा. We had seen our distance formula. Now based on this formula only, ये formula के based ही पूरी exercise 7.1 है, right? 7.1 में बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन है. I think 9 to 10 questions are there. All are based on the same formula. एक ही formula है ये distance formula. 7.2 में दूसरी फॉर्मूला, 7.3 में तीसरी फॉर्मूला. ओवर दैट्स इट, चैप्टर कंप्लीटेड. वेरी इजी चैप्टर, राइट. अभी हमने ये सिर्फ क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 ही देखा है, राइट. अभी तो हमने एनसीईआरटी जो हमारी टेक्स्ट बुक है उसके हमने सॉल्व एग्जांपल्स भी नहीं देखे. ओके, सो नाउ वी विल सी द एग्जांपल्स ऑफ आवर एनसीईआरटी टेक्स्ट बुक. Meanwhile, you complete this sum in your file book.